Hey everybody, welcome to the episode of On the Paint Table. It's my weekly show where you get what I got done, what I'm working on, and what is coming up. So this week, I did a whole bunch more Gotham City Chronicles. 35 more miniatures, in fact, which was the bottom half what I had to get done to do the Let's Play, and then the next mission's miniatures, basically. Whew, it was quite a bit. And then I got to play around with some of the new Citadel color range, which you can check out. There's a Let's Talk that went up today, as well as several painting videos where I answer some viewer questions I took on Facebook about how they work and what they do. A series of short videos called What Can Contrast Do? You'll be able to see those if you click up here in the cards. I'll send you the playlist and you can check them out. And then I got some stuff coming up, working on some more Wild West Exodus, some more Infinity, and of course some more stuff for Batman the miniature game as well. So let's take a look at what got done and what is coming up. So here's the finished pile for Gotham City Chronicles. Some more heroes, some more villains, and a whole lot of goons. The nice thing is I'm almost through the goons. There's probably maybe 20 more, 5 more groups of 4. But then I gotta paint all the cops, and there's a lot of cops, and sometimes the cops are the bad guys too. So this time around, I painted some melee brutes, some regular shooty henchmen here. And again, using the same trick where I'm using the same group of colors, I'm just moving them around the models. I painted some prisoners, some former prisoners here with their ride in progress, some hazmat thugs in some Ace Chemical suits. And then I painted up some brutes with shotguns, which are some like big high-level henchmen, and some penguin gang with their net launchers, which basically gives them a melee attack that can do like a square over. For bad guys, I painted the penguin because he shows up in mission 2, as well as Dr. Death, big scary quasi-zombie former Wayne Tech employee, gone bad. And my heroes for the next one, I painted, because he's like my favorite Batman, I painted Frank Miller Batman, Dark Knight Returns Batman, and this is maybe the best Frank Miller Batman sculpt ever, I'm pretty sure. Like, he's just got that tired, semi-crouched, old, thick, murdery Bruce Wayne look to him, which is just awesome. I love Frank Miller Batman. It's a great sculpt. And he has 2 bases. There's a larger base you can put him on too, but I put him on the smaller one just to make him the same height as everybody else when I was painting them. So once again, all of these were done from like a dark gray airbrush and then worked up through their various colors they need to be. We've got Batwoman, Catherine Kane, and she's, again, in her like classic colors, like the red interior to her cape, and the bright red hair, red boots, same dark base coat up to light, and then a classic paint Robin. He's in like kind of new 52 colors with like the green gloves and green pants, and then the yellow interior to his cape. Who I'm pretty happy with. This is like the teenage, almost grown up Dick Grayson, I'm pretty sure. And then of course I got my Nightwing painted, and there's a kid, Damian Wayne, I think, or maybe Dick Grayson to paint as well. They just got him labeled as Robin, so I'm not sure which one's supposed to actually represent. Painted up some scenery, so some bombs and a bank vaulty sort of safe for the mission specific terrain. And then the Penguin, the Copperpot himself. A really nice penguin sculpt, big beaky nose, got the cigarette holder and everything. This was the only one where this hand was vinyl and this hand is plastic, so there is a bit of a bend to the cigarette holder, but I can live with that. I did him in his old purple and white and black coat and tails. Super nice. So this was, oh geez, 24 henchmen, 6 pieces of terrain for 30, and then 5 heroes and villains for another 35 models this week. So like 50 models deep into the, like, I'm a third of the way through the box pretty much. It does even off in a bit though. The next mission I'm doing is Mr. Bloom and then his gang and some new heroes. But then after that, I think it's Batman Year 100, yeah, Bluebird and somebody else. Batman Year 100, Bluebird, and Azrael for the heroes for the next one. And then it's Mr. Bloom and his gang. So it's not too many miniatures. And the one after that is just Mr. Freeze and Batman Year Zero. So it's like super easy, because like once the basic goons and thugs and stuff are done, you start to level off what you have to paint, like big groups of models wise. You can't break the back of it in the beginning until you get to the cops, until you get to the one where the cops are fighting just Batman Year 100, and like you've got to paint like 30 cops at once. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm stoked. I'm going to give the next mission a try. You'll see it coming up soon from Batman Gotham City Chronicles. And here's the stuff coming up. So of course we are going to be working on some more Infinity stuff, my Spiral Core and some Brawlers. And to do that, I've given myself a little paint challenge. So this is Brawlers done just with contrast paints. And you can see them up close and personal and how I did them in my series of paint videos today. So the what can contrast paints do for Infinity miniatures. I made a little bet with Mike where I wanted to paint an army using just contrast paints and then 5 additional paints. So I'm just doing black and white, gold and silver, and beige, and I'm blending everything else out of the contrast paints. So yeah, I'm gonna do my Sprout Corps. I've got some cool model. This is from a crowdfund. It's like a space pirate. Mike gave me this guy. He's like a big space pirate. He's a pirate captain. Etherverse, Emberverse, something. I don't know the name of the game, but I know that it's a cool sci-fi captain model, and I want to paint it at some point. And then I'm doing up my Suicide Squad and my Bane old school starter for playing some more Batman games. And I'm also doing a Professor Zoom, although I might just use him as Reverse Flash from the new Arrowverse card, just to have a miniature that matches that stuff. And mostly just because there's some folks coming to play Batman that aren't Ben, so I need to have something that's different to play them with, which I'm pretty jazzed about. I got the new primers to play with. They just showed up after I did all my videos for the new Citadel paint range. And of course, these are the ones I'm using for the other stuff. I'm using Rust-Oleum White, Chalked, and Surface Primer, because the answer to the question is, can you use other primers? It's absolutely yes. Don't worry about primers. Just use light colors and put the washes over top of them, because they're basically just acrylic washes. So there's the stuff that is coming up. So there you go, on the paint table done and on the books. Now you can check out all of the new What Can Contrast Do little playlists that I put together by clicking up here into the cards, as well as our Let's Talk about Citadel contrast paints. And yeah, see us play with them, talk about them, discuss them, and just shoot the breeze. So hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you for more on the paint table next week. Tune in tomorrow for Widgets and Wonders. Till then, I'm Ash. Have a good night. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below to get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Death Ray Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.